Jasmine, just in case you don't have that slide, maybe you just start with what type of designer
Okay.
let's improvise here.
Sure. Just for the record, I would like to be an industrial designer with a focus on user experience. Okay. So.
Well said.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Lee, and my thesis project is Presence, Bringing You the Live Experience. So, in my presentation, I'm going to cover my project goal, the barriers that I need to overcome, give you my hypothesis, talk about competition and my opportunities, and then end with the next steps for my project. But before I go into any of that, I want to tell you how I arrived at this topic in the first place. And in order to do that, I need to tell you about myself. So I was born in Hawaii. At 2 years old, I started dancing hula, which is our native dance. At 9 years old, I joined my school's band. And then at 17 years old is when I moved to California, when I started my undergraduate career. If we fast forward to just this semester, as of last weekend, I've participated in 6 hula practices, been to 1 opera, and been to 3 different concerts. And all of this is because after I graduate from the Academy of Art University, I would like to have a career in the music industry, again with a focus on user experience. So all of this led me to an aha moment because it's been such a big part of my childhood, all the way up until now, what I choose to do with my free time. My thesis should definitely be about live musical experiences. And for this, I mean concerts and theater, like I've mentioned, opera, dance, and Cirque du Soleil. But as I talked to more and more people about my thesis project, I came to realize that a lot of the same challenges that these experiences have are shared with other entertainment like comedy and sports, as well as news programming like the presidential debates or the Dakota Access Pipeline protest in North Dakota, or even something as small as your family's events or your friend's wedding. So that is why I chose to broaden my focus to live experiences in general. So my project goal is to bring live experiences to more people. And these people are the ones who, for whatever reason, cannot make it to what they want to experience. And they have different barriers that they need to overcome. One of the most common ones is location. So as you can see with this map, if I look at 4 different artists, musical artists in the United States, with 4 different genres of music, they're all very popular. There are still places that still get left out and don't have concerts, like the Dakotas or Alaska or Hawaii. And they wouldn't be able to go to these concerts. Another common barrier is cost. So we can see that a 40% off opera ticket still costs $66, which is a lot of money. And other experiences like the South by Southwest Music Festival, which is a very large music festival in Austin, Texas, costs well over $1,000. And for anyone who wants to go to them, you may not have this kind of cash readily available. Other common barriers include scheduling conflicts, or if you have health conditions, a social barrier of not having anyone who wants to go with you, or simply disliking the venue environment. For example, if it's an outdoor venue in a very cold season, you may not want to go to this live experience. So my hypothesis is if people have access to the live experiences they desire, then they will be able to increase their intellectual and emotional engagement with the world around them, leading them to happier and more fulfilling lives. Now I'd like to talk about competition and where I see my opportunities. So I did a small competitor analysis, the largest of which being the live experiences themselves. I did a 2x2 live to recorded and then digital to analog, if you will use a clock analogy here to mean non-digital. So the live experiences themselves are usually low tech. You would go to a place, see what you want to see. And there are a lot of digital solutions to being able to watch these as well. So we look at the news, and YouTube have both live and recorded shows or events that you can watch. There are smaller streaming services like Facebook and Skype and FaceTime to have these live interactions. And then there are also digital recordings that you can access like movies or MP3s. What we don't see a lot of is a low-tech recorded experience that would have the same level of immersion that you would want in a live show or live experience. So this is where I see my opportunity. It's right here. Bringing someone an experience that they can connect with on the same emotional level without using technology in a sort of integral way. So the next steps for my project, I need to do observations on how people have these live experiences. I need to do interviews on what kinds of live experiences that people actually want and why they would choose those over others. And I need to do more article investigations on when and why streaming services are used and how do these live experiences enhance people's lives, for example, through education. So, thank you. And
Well, I can't help but think that this would make use of digital technology. So maybe in that quadrant, it has to move over a little bit, but not be all analog. Not be towards analog, but
sort of straddle.
yeah. I mean, it's live, but it's digital, it's streaming, right? You might want to go right above CNN.
Okay.
I agree with Shiz. But I would like to see you take it on to start.
Oh, yeah.
At least try. Because I think about my parents' demographic, right? A little bit of disposable income, a little bit more time. They're really at an age where they're active and, kind of led a similar life to yours in terms of like entertainment and all. I think that if you can hit that demographic that aren't as tech savvy, right? Maybe they're not tech illiterate, so maybe it does straddle a little bit. It could be a huge opportunity.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is, but I'm confident you'll land on something.
And for the record, I do have some opportunity ideas. I chose not to include them in the presentation.
Not a bad idea.
But they are on my wall if you wanted to take a look after.
Save it for a minute. Flush them out.
Yeah.
Oh, so articulate, confident. I'm so glad you did some of those things that we learned in ID processes with your presentation, right? Like introducing, the 3-peat that we talked about. At some point, and we might have to wait for post-midpoint review, we got to kind of work on your graphics and branding, right? Because I think you got.
Ted's laughing at me because this is the same feedback I've been getting all semester.
Little teams. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting topic. I feel like you're going to do fine with it. You got enough momentum behind it, but in the end, it is an industrial design assignment, and you will have industrial design panelists. Versus, and I think we had a conversation with a student last night. Do you want to be in product design or do you want to be in product development? Do you want to be in product design or do you want to be, a merchant or work at the bean counter? And so, seeing this presentation, I feel like, someone in an MBA school may have, could have pulled this together.
Okay.
So let's work on that and make sure that you're including your portfolio. So even if it's weak, we can be sure to get you the classes that you need with your directed studies units to bring those things up.
Okay.
can imagine what this could be, but I'll let you do that part.
Okay.
You know, the obvious thing is widescreen and sound and all that, but you know, who knows? It could be holographic. You see a miniature version of the wedding or something, and you're like you're participating virtually. But I think I don't know what to think. I think it's a great topic, but you're gonna have to dig deeper to find out what's missing between the emerging social media platforms and also the richness of live entertainment that we cherish so much. It's so expensive. And you can't deny yourself that it will be digital streamed because there's no other bandwidth left. All these companies and the military own all the digital channels on the airwaves. You have to encompass that form of delivery, whatever that means. And when I say whatever that means, then maybe yours is the delivery platform, machine. It's not iPad, it's not laptop, it's better. That's maybe where the design opportunity comes. So maybe it's the desktop theater, or something like that. But you know, your career, by doing that, you could move into sound design, and you could get involved with theater, or you know, any of these can grow into a huge endeavor. You probably should take one class at least in the sound for motion pictures school.
Okay.
I mean, I visited their area at spring shows. Phenomenal. Wow. You know, they take a movie shot and they tailor the music to stir emotion. And if you want to get into music design, music production, with your industrial design knowledge, maybe you can create something completely different in that school, not just for movies, but maybe for theater, maybe for animation, maybe for demonstration or something. You know, there's a big movement on sound design with Chrysler. They're figuring out how to incorporate more sound for their UI, for their cars, instead of just buzzers and clicks. But
I might just disagree with Shiz a little bit. Like, I think the real challenge is kind of staying in this analog recorded space for a while. Really kind of exploring. And as I'm writing notes down here, I'm just kind of thinking, in addition to a lot of the research you've already cited that you need to do, maybe a clearer understanding of who your target demographic is. Because analog is making a comeback. And maybe there's a trend there where millennials are like starting to buy more vinyl albums, and like cassette deck is making a comeback. Like maybe this is a trend to disappear, or did it stem from the baby boomers who are now playing vinyl for their grandchildren? I don't know what it is, but stay in that area a little bit. Explore who your target demographic might be. Like, I can't not think about my parents. I think that's where the real challenge is. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few weeks.
That was easy. Thank you. Since I've done it for everyone else. Special treatment.